Everyone, welcome to week 3 of unit 0, and we're getting used to rituals and routines. It is the beginning of the week and our heart map is due next class. Woo! A lot happening, but this video, the purpose of this video, after your fire, right, choose 1 or 2, and you have general heart map reminders. Be brave. You're going to go through these disclaimers on YouTube. There is a activity where you ask yourself questions about your heart map. But before you do that, I want you to take a moment and annotate different categories in the rubric. What is a rubric? A rubric is how you get an A. I'm big on rubrics, especially because we do a lot of project work in art and drama, and I feel like you should understand. So for this activity, when you're in the deck, you're going to click to find a rubric that your entire class shares. So I can hit view, full screen. And here we go. So I want you, everyone has access to this rubric in your class. And what I want you to do is I just want you to read through the rubric and kind of determine what it means, and ask questions about the rubric. Okay? So if I'm like, I have capital, gosh, I'm like, what does this mean? And then I could ask that question. What does this mean? And then I could even get points for replying to someone else's question. So capital, our wealth, what we have to offer. Right? And remember, we talked last week about how we all have some beautiful capital in our hearts, and we're putting that on our heart map. So these are the goals of the unit. You could also start your annotation with, I agree that the best art drama comes from the heart because art and drama comes from personal experience, right? So you're just commenting, like, what do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Do you have questions? Answer each other's questions. So let's use this video to just talk about the rubric in general. Again, you all should be annotating this as a class. So when I click on your rubric, I can see you guys talking to each other. So you could get points for it by saying, what does authenticity mean? You get points for asking questions about the rubric, and you also get points for answering. So authenticity means truth. I'm assuming this means that our heart map, it's pausing. Oh, there we go. Honest. Right? So if you're asking a question, if you're answering a question, you're getting points. So the first category is, are you being honest? Are you facing the world and yourself? And you could help each other out. Like, oh, so we use the 3 circle maps about issues in the world that impact us. And then you could also get points by commenting and saying yes, right? So remember, we did those circle maps in class, or we started them and you're working on them over the weekend. Family struggles, George Floyd, coronavirus pandemic. You guys thought of so many mental health issues, gender, and just make sure in your heart map project on the outside of the heart, right? You could also annotate it, right? For your class, like, oh, outside of the heart. Right, so maybe you want to underline that for the rest of the class. You need to show how you feel about the world, and that circle map helps. Okay, obviously you're going to face yourself. So thoughts, emotions, memories, see the fire rights, reimagine your growth, have goals. Right, so for all the kids who are saying, I don't understand what to do, right, there's really a checklist about what to do, how to make your heart map honest. Next category. So preparation, planning, and process. So kids have been asking, are the slides mandatory, right? Well, I will go ahead and I will see, are they doing the slides? Are they doing, the fire rights, right? So this category basically means, did they put a lot of thought and time into this project? You know, did it grow every day? So as you're annotating the rubric, I want to see everyone commenting on the side and putting the rubric in your own words, asking questions, right? You could ask questions, like for example, you could ask the question, is watercolor a requirement? Like let's say you missed class on the day we were working on watercolor, to which someone else could say no. But it looks nice. You can do the whole heart map on slides. You could do it on a separate sheet of paper. But you want to show that you're using different objects. Oh my God, guys, I have a bird next to me. Hello, bird. You're on YouTube. Okay, conceptual voice. So are you saying something about society, yourself, politics, and intellect? So like intellectual voice, you may write, what does this mean? What you think about. And that was the last fire rate that we did. Like we wrote about our thoughts. Politics, I mean, this is really advanced, but you know, your perception of society right now, whether or not you want to talk about political parties or Black Lives Matter, or like the importance of speaking up, or maybe you don't believe in politics, right? So you could put a little bit of this, but this is getting advanced. But I'm going to say, are they exploring their voice, right? So exploring voice, like, is there a variety? Like, are there different things happening on their heart map? Do they have like familial wealth? Are they talking about how they see the world? If you do all of the activities in class, you should score well. So keep annotating. And then this is something that's interesting, leadership and accountable talk. So you are getting a grade for giving feedback and presenting your heart map. So you need to present in small groups, groups of 3 at the beginning of the week, and then groups of 5 for your final presentation. Your heart map, you should be giving feedback and learning from each other. So this YouTube video had 2 purposes: to kind of go over the let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to get 4 summative grades for this unit. So I went over the 4 categories briefly, but I also modeled how to annotate. So I want you to ask questions. What does it mean? Just so you're clarifying expectations about the final project that's due this week. Thank you for watching and subscribe. Woo!